I'd like to welcome everybody. I'm going to start the Ross County November 21st, 2022 meeting. I'm going to call it to order. County Commissioners, you will answer roll call. Got 21 present, 4 absent. I declare we do have a quorum. I'd like to invite Commissioner Jeff Harris to come up and do our invocation, please, followed by pledge to the flag. Everyone please stand.
Come with me, let's have a little talk with Jesus. Lord, we come to you tonight humbly and grateful that we live in a great country and a great county. We really do need some guidance in this country. We ask that you put your hands on our leaders of the country and the county. And be with us and keep us straight. And in the end, take us home. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner Harris. Okay, Commissioners, in your package, you have the minutes from the previous meeting. I'll entertain a motion. I got a motion by Roberts and a second by Commissioner Roman. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The minutes are filed. Okay, communications from the mayor. Wow. Let me do the parades first. Friday night, next Friday night, December 2nd, Ridge Tops at 7 o'clock. I got, wow, let's see, 3 o'clock is Cross Plains. December 3rd at 10 o'clock in the morning is Cross Plains. White House is at 3 the same day, and Greenbrier's at 6 that day. And Adams is at 3 o'clock too. Everybody trying to get in for the dark. Y'all got all that. Listen, Ross County is parade crazy. I'm telling you. I bet they are. All right, tomorrow afternoon at 4:30, I'm having the personnel and the legislative committee meet on some issues that needs to be brought up from some county commissioners. All you commissioners welcome to attend. One of them dealing with maybe another holiday, and another one's about a resolution that may come up if the legislative committee sees fit. Okay, I think that's maybe all I've got. Oh yeah, can I get a motion or discussion? The January meeting needs to be moved to the other courthouse so we can take a group picture.
Amen.
Yeah, and it won't work here because we can all get up at the old courthouse and get a picture took better than we're scattered so far here. Got a motion by Roberts. Second by Commissioner Hogan. All in favor say aye. Aye. You want to oppose that? Okay. Do you? It's a lot of work for you, ain't it?
Hey, Mr. Mayor,
Yeah.
well, we get a chance to get a picture of a personal photo of that. I mean, will he?
Yeah, he's going, whoever wants a picture, a group picture, can get a picture. It's December the 19th, that meeting night.
I'm missing a couple.
Are you?
Didn't get them. So let's make sure that we get them.
You in them?
I was there.
Okay.
Down and
Are we
everything.
doing, is it next month that we're moving?
Talking about January.
January.
Oh, Jan, because I.
Well, they said December or January, and I just wondered December's all right for you.
So how are we going to record that for the website?
That's a good question, Chet. Can you work that out?
Maybe it needs to be January.
Well,
January, so.
absolutely.
Mr. Mayor, that's a little close to Christmas time, isn't it? We may have some people gone that normally would not leave. Would it
Well,
be better in January?
what if y'all want to do it January, but we need to do it for February? For sake of Bobby, can we do this in January? Got a motion by Roberts. I need a second. Second by Martin. All in favor, say aye. Aye. I will tell Rick that we're gonna do it in January. Did you get that yet?
Yes, sir.
All righty. I'll have to look what day that is, but surely we'll find time for that.
It's the fourth Monday.
Okay. All right, we'll move to our reports. In your package is the highway reporting. Questions or comments? Animal control, any questions or comments? Trustees report, any questions or comments? Fire report, any questions or comments? Planning commission, any questions or comments? Veteran services, any questions or comments? Solid waste committee, any questions or comments?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, sir.
I noticed that the transfer station income is about $100,000 higher than what it was last year, and I didn't know if there was anything that was attributed to.
Well, no, I'm gonna tell you, August and September was two real busy months. And I think we're watching this closely because as the landfill at Rutherford County shuts Nashville out, all the counties around there are concerned about where this Nashville trash is gonna go. Now, it could mean more income for us, but also it could mean that the landfill we're hauling ours to may have concern. So we're watching and we're monitoring that. But yes, I have to admit that Solid Waste Committee in years past has done a great job of getting in and out now. More people's using it. And of course, our county's growing. And we're not operating off the property tax like we are. We're letting, it's running as a business. That's the reason you see that. Thank you for bringing that up.
Thank you, sir.
EMA report, any questions or comments? EMS report, any questions or comments? And last, Finance Committee. Any questions or comments? Before we vote, I'd like to say at Animal Control, talk to the chairman. Next meeting, I've had several citizens of Robeson County that want to adopt animals, but we're closed on Saturdays and where these people work on Saturday and their children's in school during the week. And Saturday's the only day they can get up there, maybe open in 3 hours on a Saturday morning, at least one Saturday out of the month to help us get these animals adopted and everything. And they're doing a good job. And our put down rate real low, and that's probably because animals being sick or maybe injured. Other than that, it's really doing a good job out there. And they started work on the new control center. All right, do I have a motion to accept the reports?
Motion to report exception order 5.
Got a motion by Haley. Got a second by Roberts. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Reports are filed. Thank you. Okay, Chair recognizes Commissioner Stubblefield for election appointments. Yeah, during communication. Oh, wait a minute, you're right. Thought you take a seat. I knew I was missing something in my communications. Hey, I'd like the EMS director to be made a member of the court. Got a motion by Faith Stubblefield, second by Darrell Woodard. All in favor say aye. Aye. Okay, come on up, Brent. He's got if you haven't met, he's our new EMS director and got some very important business to take care of tonight. Thank you, Commissioner Stubblefield. I was looking through my notes and I couldn't find it.
Thank you, Mayor and Commissioners. Thank you, everyone, for being here this evening. If I may, can I call some folks to come join me?
Yes, sir.
I'd like to call up our Robertson County EMS paramedic Chris Lee and advanced EMT James Jenkins, if you gentlemen will come forward. Also, the representatives from the City of White House Fire Department, if you also will come forward. Thank you, sir. And Commissioner Stubblefield is our EMS committee chair. If you would join us, please, ma'am. Y'all will come right around here, just make the room.
Good, sir.
I've asked these folks, our employees and our colleagues from the City of White House Fire Department to join us this evening. And I asked the mayor to make us a member of the court so we can recognize some incredible work done in Robertson County. On October the 5th, around 8 p.m., there in White House at one of our local restaurants, a young man suffered a witnessed cardiac arrest event. National statistics for such a thing would show that there's less than a 1% survival rate for suffering a cardiac arrest outside of a hospital setting. Within moments, 911 operators received the call from bystanders who witnessed this man collapse. We also want to recognize they were actually the dispatcher took the call is working tonight. So if you had to call 911 in our community this evening, this is a quality of person who would answer that call. So the dispatcher takes the call. Within seconds, units are dispatched. White House City Police Department officers arrived, started CPR, recognized that the man's heart wasn't beating and he was no longer breathing. With just minutes later, City of White House Fire Department arrived on scene, providing immediate defibrillations with an automatic external defibrillator, and also taking over CPR with the assistance of the police officers. At the same time, an ambulance, our Cross Plains Medic 2, there on the B shift, led by critical care paramedic Chris Lee and his partner here, James Jenkins. They responded and arrived quickly. They had to provide additional defibrillations. This man's heart continued to stay in what we call ventricular fibrillation for several minutes. After subsequent defibrillations, advanced medications given, and the patient was also intubated to secure his airway. On the way to the hospital, just shortly into transport, the man's heart began to beat again. And this is a very young man. This is a very odd situation to see someone so young. And the man made such an immediate improvement that they actually had to give sedatives and paralytics just to keep him intubated. This is some of the best emergency care I've seen in my 23 years of doing this job. And tonight, we brought him before this body here and this audience and before this community to recognize this incredible work. About 2.5 weeks later, this man in his 20s was able to leave the hospital, walk out on his own 2 feet, neurologically intact, no brain damage. So in this season, we're thankful. We're thankful for this miracle in our community. We're thankful for my brothers and sisters who did their work, the same work they do every day. And we're thankful for the outcome. And we want to reward them. Commissioner Stubblefield will help pass this. Thank you, ma'am. This plaque, this dispatcher, she's answering the calls this evening. So I will hand deliver that in coming days with Director Payne at the 911 Center. Advanced EMT James Jenkins. I've got to get me a beard like that. Mr. Jenkins, here's your certificate of recognition for life saved. And critical care paramedic Chris Lee is a very disciplined employee, a very, very meticulous person. Say a lot of good things about Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee, your certificate, recognition of a life saved. Mr. Lee's 2 children and wife have joined this evening to get to see. Thank you, ma'am. This will be given to the City of White House Police Department to hang within their halls of their facility to attest to the work done by their personnel. And we have representatives here with us this evening from the City of White House Fire Department. Captain, we'll leave this with you, sir. Again, recognition of the work done by your department on October 5th, a life saved. Oh, and I've got my photographer in the back. Again, thank you all for allowing us to come forth and become members of court this evening and recognize the work of these individuals here in Robertson County.
You got it. That's right. Faye's gonna take the picture right quick, Commissioner Stubblefield in.
Even it up. Yeah, even it up there a little bit.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you for the work you do.
Good job.
Thank y'all. While they're getting seated, let the chair make a note that these ambulances sometimes have a hard time finding your residents because maybe the phone addresses aren't on the mailboxes or your house. You will make an effort to do that. Because as we grow, the numbers are getting closer and closer. Sometimes it's hard for them to track these people down, especially if the house is way off the road and it's not a number on the mailbox. You know, it's coming from 911, which Ms. Stubblefield is a member of. Thank you. Okay, the chair recognizes Commissioner Stubblefield for election and appointments.
Ladies and gentlemen of the commission and of the audience, I'm going to you two nominations tonight for two positions that are already being currently held by these people, but we need to reelect them. The first one is Buddy Bryant. He is being nominated to continue his seat for 4 years on the Municipal Solid Waste Regional Board. And then we have another nomination of Gina Holt, who is currently filling a seat there, but is being nominated for a 5-year term to the Airport Board. So I'd like to place these names in nomination.
Okay, I got a motion by Stubblefield and a second by Commissioner Brinkley. Discussion. Question being called. If you're for these nominations, say aye. Aye. Against it, vote no. Hearing none, so moved. Thank you, Commissioner Stubblefield. Buddy Bryant's on the SMR Municipal Solid Waste Regional Board. The SMR stands for Stewart County, Montgomery County, and Robertson County. They meet twice a year down at Bi-County landfill, and they are very important on how waste is being moved through this county. And also their job to show that each county is making an effort for recycling. That's very important when it comes to grant money and stuff like that. Very important committee. All right, this time we'll move into our public hearing. This is where the public is invited for comment. Ms. Susan, will you come up? She'll announce these rezoning districts, and I'll ask if there's any comment from the public.
Good evening, Mayor, County Commission, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we have before you Timothy Corbin to rezone 1.837 acres from AG2 to RP80 on Buzzard Creek Road. 7th voting district. The Planning Commission vote was 7-0.
Is anyone here to comment on that rezoning? Seeing none, Ms. Susan?
We'll go to the next one, ready? Mr. William Elliott to rezone 1.85 acres. So 1.851 acres from AG2 to RP80 on Elliott Road, 7th voting district. Planning Commission vote 7-0.
Anyone here to speak on that resolution? Seeing none, Ms. Susan.
We have Ms. Prissy Chilcutt to rezone 3 acres from AG2 to RP80 on Campbell Road, 1st voting district. Planning Commission vote on that was 6-0.
Anyone here to speak on that resolution? Seeing none, Ms. Susan.
Mr. Roy Smith to rezone 11.06 acres from AG2 to RP80 on Highway 31W, 2nd voting district. Planning Commission vote 6-0.
Is anyone here to speak on that resolution? If you will, come up, state your name and your address, sir.
Oh, excuse me.
Roy Smith in regards to 4033 Highway 31W, White House, Cottontown. We're asking to rezone this because this is our family farm. We're in 3 generations of owning this farm. And my son and his wife are here this evening. They're wanting to build on the property. He was raised on the property. He learned how to drive on the property with his grandfather. And we're doing a couple other lots because we have another son that eventually wants to build on there. And then when we retire, we plan on building on the property. There were some questions raised to some stormwater that comes from across the street in Sumner County to some commercial properties, houses over there. that does not ever even touch our property. It's close, but it doesn't even touch our property. And then there was a question as far as if it would perk, and we've hired a soil samplist in each one of the lots, perk and are buildable for a house. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, Ms. Susan?
We have a Jeffrey Frazier to rezone 3.74 acres from AG2 to RP80 on Turnersville Road, 11th voting district. Planning Commission votes 6-0.
Anyone here to speak on that resolution? Seeing none, Ms. Susan? Oh, it's me.
That was him.
Okay.
And that would conclude what we have.
Okay, at that time, I'll close the public hearing.
I would like to say something.
Okay,
Me.
Ms. Hubert?
Jeff and I both had a phone call from a constituent. He's in your district, but the property across the street where this rezoning is, this Frazier property is in my district. And I went out there and looked at the property. That property is higher. The man, and I think, what's his name? Olin?
Something like that.
Anyway, is concerned about the drainage. I did explain to him that this was a rezoning only and that you can't put conditions on a rezoning and that the drainage issue would come about when there was a plat
Yes,
for
ma'am.
the two properties and everything like that. He said he was going to be here tonight, but I don't see him. Oh, he is here. Okay. But anyway, in case he needed to add anything, but I did want the commission to know that we had been contacted and that we had both talked to the gentleman and had been looking at the property itself. So, I just giving you some information for
Okay.
thought and everything like that, so.
All right, I'm gonna close the public part. Let the chair say that when these people come to zoning, all that is give them permission to seek to go further without them spending money on something that hadn't been zoned. Now, any parcel that comes in front of zoning after this point will be inspected by our engineers for water runoff and traffic and all that. All this is giving them permission to, nobody wants to spend a bunch of money when they can't get it rezoned. It's just the first step. All right, commissioners, we'll start with number one, Pimpton Corbin, District 7. I need a motion.
So moved.
Got a motion by Haley,
Second.
got a second by Roberts. Any discussion?
Question.
Question being called. If you're for that resolution, vote yes. If you're against it, vote no. I got 24 and no one against. I declare that resolution passes. Move down to William Elliott, voting District 7. Going from Ag 2 to RP 80. I need a motion.
Mayor, could we combine the one since we don't have?
We could, but I think we started doing one by one in case a commissioner wanted to ask a question about one of these.
Yes.
If we voted for them all together, they may not be more apt to not speak up. Yeah. Need a motion.
Got a motion, sir.
Got a motion by Doris.
Second.
Got a second by Roberts.
Question.
Question being called. If you're for this resolution, vote yes. Against it, vote no. Got 24 and 0 against. That resolution passes. We'll move down to Chrissy Chilcutt. Vote District 1, Ag 2 to RP 80. I need a motion.
So moved.
Got a motion by Haley. A second by Stroud. Is there any discussion on this resolution?
Question.
Question being called. If you're for that resolution, vote yes. If you're against it, vote no. I got 24 and 0 against. That resolution passes. Number 4 is Roy Smith, voting District 2, going from Ag 2 to RP 80. I need a motion.
Motion.
Got a motion by Doris,
Second.
and I got a second by Summers. If you're in favor of this motion, vote yes. If you're against it, vote no. I got 24, 0 against. I declare that resolution passes. All right, number 5, Jeffrey Frazier, voting District 11, going Ag 2 to RP 80. I need a motion.
Okay.
Okay, who was that? Motion by Ed Hebert. I got a second by Commissioner Doris, Bubba Doris.
No.
Billy does.
Billy Doris.
Same thing.
God, don't get us.
Yeah, don't get us confused.
We can both look alike on screen, I'll tell you.
He's from the other side of the track. Come on.
For that resolution, vote yes. If you against it, vote no. I got 24 and 0 against. I declare that resolution passes. Thank you, Ms. Susan.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, sir.
I'd just like to thank Susan for doing what she did. She did a wonderful job presenting that information to us.
Thank you.
And we are
Thank
very
you.
appreciative of that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Something rezoned, Commissioner Holman? Okay, we'll move to our resolution. The chair recognizes Commissioner Stubblefield.
Seems to be my night.
Yes, it is. Commissioner Couch's family's all got flu, and he didn't want to come and expose everyone before Thanksgiving.
We appreciate that.
Amen.
I'd like to bring to you resolution number 112-122-109. If I can get a second. This is from the drug court. Go ahead.
Okay, I got a motion, a second by Roberts. Any discussion? Question being called. If you're for this resolution, vote yes. If you're against it, vote no. I got 24 and 0 against. I declare that resolution from the drug court does pass. That was a grant given, so balances out. Thank you. Commissioner Stubblefield.
Resolution number 112122-110. This is a resolution to take some money out of the American Relief Fund and buy a new ambulance this year. If I can get a second, we can discuss it.
Got a second by Commissioner Stroud. Any discussion?
Question.
Well, I'd like Commissioner Stubblefield to explain why we're doing this now.
Well, we're running low on ambulances, to be honest. We've got one or two that's out of commission. One permanently, I think, all the time, and then several that just go because we've got so many hundreds of miles on these ambulances. And because of the shortage of ambulances, we're falling behind. So this year, instead of buying just the one that we've already ordered, we're going to put another one in, a request in for another one. And it takes 14 to 16 months to 2 years to get an ambulance. So we're just trying to get this lined up so we can get some ambulances and get our people back on the road. Because a lot of times we'll have shortages and we'll be sitting with 2 or 3 down. So this is to get us back up in a good running order.
It's a sign of the times, folks. Any more discussion?
Question.
I call the question.
You call. For this resolution, vote yes. If you're against it, vote no. We got 24 yeses, 0 against. I declare the resolution passes. Commissioner Stubblefield.
Resolution number 112122-111. This is a request from the Health Department to put up a permanent awning. Give it a second.
Any discussion? I got a second by Billy Doris.
Bubba Billy.
That's right.
Bubba Billy.
Any more discussion on this?
Question.
Thank you.
Okay, this also is administering insulin to certain folks in the county too. This is another grant. If you're for this resolution, vote yes. If you're against it, vote no. Got 20 yes votes and 0 no. I declare the resolution passes. Commissioner Stubblefield.
Resolution number 112122-112. This is coming from the General Sessions Court out of their fund to do some new data processing services in 2 of their courts, 2 different courts.
Question.
Okay, question being called. I got a second by Commissioner Binkley. Question being called. If you're for this resolution, vote yes. If you're against it, vote no. 20 yes votes and 0 no, I declare the resolution passes. Commissioner Stubblefield.
Resolution number 1121221113. This is to cover a payout for an employee of building and grounds.
Okay. Any discussion? Question being called. Of course, I got a second by Hogan on this. If you're for this resolution, vote yes. If you're against it, vote no. 20 yes votes and 0 no, I declare the resolution passes. Commissioner Stubblefield.
Resolution number 1121221114. This is a resolution to declare surplus property from the IT department.
Okay, I need a second. Got a second by Suttle. Question being called. If you're for this resolution, vote yes. If you're against it, vote no. I got 20 yes votes and 0 no. I declare the resolution passes.
Oh, I have one more.
Commissioner Stubblefield, I got you for one more. Let me explain it. Go ahead and read it and make a motion for me, Mr. Stubblefield.
Okay, this is resolution number 1121221115. It's a resolution to amend a charter to pay for highway commissioners for a pay raise.
Okay, let the chair explain that this will come out of the highway funds. It doesn't come out of general fund or the county funds. This comes from the gas tax that the highway department receives not a penny from the property tax, gang. It's all gas tax, and this is coming from the board of the highway. I got a second by Morgan. Any more discussion?
Yes, sir. What is the salary amount being used?
$525 a month.
It was 500 and they're giving themselves a $25 raise.
Yep.
How much raise?
$25.
Thank you.
Trust me, I'll tell you what, there's more people that call about a pothole than about anything that happens in this county. Yeah, they get a lot of phone calls. Signs going down, everything else. Okay, thank you, Commissioner Rommel. Any more discussion?
Question.
Question being called. If you're for that resolution, vote yes. If you're against it, vote no. Got 20 yes votes and 0 no. I declare that resolution passes. The chair now recognizes Commissioner Haley, representing education in schools.
Mayor Vogel, Ms. Angie, fellow commissioners, citizens, I bring for you Resolution 1121221116 on behalf of the school board declaring surplus property.
I got a second by Commissioner Hogan.
Question, sir.
Question being called. If you're for that resolution, vote yes. If you're against it, vote no. Got 20 yes votes and 0 no. I declare that resolution passes. Thank you, Commissioner Haley.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Wow. Any old business, bring before the commission. Any new business, bring before the commission. Before I ask for election of notaries, now what night we gonna take the pictures?
January
There you go.
4th Monday night.
All right.
Monday night.
Fourth Monday night in January at the old courthouse.
So I got one question.
Don't do it on a
Yes.
holiday.
The meeting tomorrow night at 4:30, where, is that gonna be in here?
That's gonna be in the third floor conference room.
Okay.
Be two committees be combined. Anyone else got anything for the commission? If not, the chair recognizes Commissioner Bobby Hogan for election of notaries.
Mr. Mayor, I have reviewed the applications of those wishing to become a notary. I recommend that we elect all those that have applied to be a notary of Robertson County and this great state of Tennessee.
Okay, I got a second by Commissioner Billy Dawes. Any discussion on that? I'll take a voice vote of aye. Aye. One opposed? So moved. Thank you, Commissioner Hogan. Now, Commissioner Michael Dawes.
I make a motion, sir.
I got a motion to adjourn. All in favor, say aye. Aye. So moved. Thank you, gang, and have a good Thanksgiving. Everyone have a good Thanksgiving.